football back. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. After the run, Watson going to throw. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On the counter, it's Miller. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Roethlisberger now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now a handoff to Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before the break. Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. On the return, here's Bray. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. With it is Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
Jack 16.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And that's complete. It's Allington. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Irvin off the pitch. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Carry now for Lamar Miller. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Now a first down carry by Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. It's a big run that time by Bell. 46 yards on the ground. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Let's go. James. Jack 16. Jack 16.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. J.J. Watt able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Roethlisberger throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time ramble there by Foreman. 44 yards on the ground. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Irvin. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
To throw is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back, come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Able to spin free. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a return will stop right around the 25.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw, Watson. They'll roll him out. Oh, pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere It made them kick a field goal. It almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take...
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Flush to his right. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now a desperation throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
Let's go.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Let's go.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you centered. Pay $5 grand for a handbag like Saint Laurent, baby. We love that money, baby. 100,000 plus 100,000 my whip. Got 30,000 plus 30,000 my wrist. We got plus bad, that's. I swear, baby, it was just kissing us. How could I forget that you done for me? Baby, gonna take the charge and take the fall from me. Would love to take you shopping, but cause I'm in your town. Sorry, little mama, I can give you more. Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you centered right now. Could you? I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
Gotta hit him on the jack. When you coming back, where's you at on the map? Everything is intact. Could've been a seamstress, still wouldn't cut him slack. Pretty much ain't got a clue. Itty bitty piggyback off everything I do. But I'm still dropping. Got him looking like James Harden at the awards. Back to you, I'm so into you. For real, bread, like I'm kin to you. If you a 10, I add 10 to you. They be mad when I 10 to you. That's what the bay like. Call me Buffy, cause that's what I slay like. These, I sun them like it's daylight. These wanna know what it's like. What it like, yo, what it like, yo. They wanna know what it's like, yo. All this ice is like snow. Get kimonos and let's fly to Tokyo. Pretty, pretty, please, baby, won't you pop this for me?
I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you centered right now. I got too much on my mind right now. Tell the hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
11.
Again, it's Kamara. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Good set. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
13.
Breeze now on first down. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. And gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Tie it right. Got it. Got it.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They run. It's Kamara. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Good set.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go. Good set.
Again, this is Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, Freeman looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Go. Hey, Tuesday.
And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, wait.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And now he'll tuck it and run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, let's go. Get up. 11.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 23-yard run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
And this is going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. And it's fielded at the 34. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Let's go.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's the linebacker, Mateo, on the stop.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Let's go.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Hey, let's go.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league, and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he is finally out of bounds across midfield at the 40-yard line. A big play there out of Kamara. 41 yards on the ground.
Get set, get set. Level.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Breeze now. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Get up! Wait!
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Flush to his right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Caught on the right side by Jones. Give him 30 yards there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Freeman again, first down carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 52 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Let's go.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bryant's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
21. Get set.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Hey, easy. Let it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Under.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Get up!
2nd and 10 now. Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyler Davison in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. On first down, Breeze forced out to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. On second down, here's Breeze. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And some room to roam now. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule, trying to get 4 downs on first down, they did that plus 3.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
12. 11.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Now it's Ginn. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, Give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Desmond Trufant, and they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good...
And intercepted! Maybe the turning point they need. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the linemen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now,
it's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A gain of 39 that time. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swing doors now. Now smash. Cats and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she gon' ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Hockey splitters. Don't Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. Ice. Swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Whip that thing. Whip it. This shit give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it. Bring the. Don't want no. They pull up with they. It's times 3. That's how it go. Park $1 million at the. We gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. More PJs and PJ. Rich like water, go to Cabo. Splash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Cash. Your money too small, micro. Hunch up on the call, gotta. Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Chats and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Ice the game. Had to ice the game. So much ice. Too much. Had to ice the lane. Freeze the dub. Freeze. Had to freeze the lane. Freeze. Camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up. Guess I'm homegrown. Well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Yeah, the clinics for that baby, but this nose. I bite this nose. What's a link with till they explode? Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Chats and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
Let's go now. 4 down. Focus.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Grady Jarrett busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They'll try to run for the first time with Freeman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On the counter, here's Bell, and he stopped immediately there. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go, guys. Let's go!
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Double bump. Hurry up, let's go!
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And some room to maneuver. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll go again with Bell. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And the Falcons going to use another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
He spins free. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Get up!
Alongside Charles Davis, MaddenGod850's, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Hey, let's go! Let's go!
Coleman now. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Hey, South!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman.
They go play action with Ryan. Sliding out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Let's go.
Here's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Take both of them.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
What a nice physical tackle by the safety there. And this guy's playing strong safety, which is really a hybrid position. You got to be able to cover back deep, but also you're almost like a linebacker up near the line of scrimmage. They count on him to make big hits in the game.
On second down, Roethlisberger shakes off the sack. And he's got room. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Let's go.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
He had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him. So I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards.
You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Deion Jones able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left to the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Let's go. 22.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Get up.
Now the pitch to Freeman. Gets past one man and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Get up.
On 2nd down, Ryan trying to lay one up deep. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mohamed Sanu, 35 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
These 2.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, it's Bell. He finds some open field here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
All right, let's go get it now, all right?
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And it'll be a second and long. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
On the left side, it's McDonald. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Show that bench release and go. These 2. Snickers. Big.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
All right, here we go. Let's go, let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. That's McDonald. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Go, guys. Set. 180. 77, 77.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald from 8 yards out, and the Steelers are going to take the lead. The pointer, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. And they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going up top, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Focus, focus.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Hurry up, let's go!
Now they'll toss it to Bell running left. Well, a first down and then some. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And Boswell's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hilton. Agreed, that's twice.
When you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hate it knowing that my starts to turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to. It's talking, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Heinz Field. Smith-Schuster now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 20. .28-yard line.
Let's go!
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Focus, focus. 8.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Snickers, 66. Set. Blue 30.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The give is to Bell. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Set! White 80! Show that bench release and go. Let's go, let's go.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go!
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And Bell running right through it. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Hurry up, let's go!
A give to Bell. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
Snickers!
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a first down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Flushed out right, and that is incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the Steelers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on that.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
With Charles Davis, I'm MaddenGod850's, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And his first carry, he loses the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Watson on third down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger looking for his running back, and he's got it. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Brown, his first catch. It's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Space to run past the 20. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And finally down at the 9-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. He's going to get it running right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Now it's Watson escaping the pressure right. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. first down throw, Watson. And he gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. On 1st and 10, Watson, flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes. But the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
To throw is Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's got some space here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Let's go now. Quarter.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. On the crossing route, complete. That's James. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Hurry up, let's go.
This is Bell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 46 yards. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Set.
They'll run it with Bell. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Here we go. Set. Blue 30.
Bell. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss, the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now the toss to Bell running right. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On the counter, here's Bell. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go. Four down, check.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Let's go.
They come out here in the eye. Now Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Let's go.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bins I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 up right now, yo, I'm two on one day on my third, I was 2 broke, now I'm 2 rich, made 100K on my third shift from a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Ooh, right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew up right now. Cause we 2 up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bins I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 up right now, yo, I'm 2 up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen her. Right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber. Right now. Right now. Need crew up. Right now. Cause we 2 up. Right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out. Valet, walk out. All these bins I lost count. Cause I'm 2 up right now. 2 right now.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no, I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros, ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that, plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose, long nights I just to hit the studio, now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe, looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow, bust off like a, welcome to the rodeo, shorty wanna me cousin, wearing gold, I came up and made it happen, now it's by the stove, big inside this case is once, do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the flow. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. A spin. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go, let's go!
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Big Ben, not the most agile quarterback in NFL history, but he can use those legs when he needs to.
He really can, and I think it starts with him taking contact and shedding people trying to get him on the ground. That's when he becomes the most elusive.
Yeah, something he honed back at the University of Miami in Ohio.
Yeah, they didn't get him down in the MAC. It's hard to get him down in the NFL.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Let's go!
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Let's go, let's go.
Here's a give to Bell running left. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
These two. Double, double. Set. 180. Hurry up, let's go.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
8, 8, 8, set. 180. Beat these two. Check three.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Back with Charles Davis, MaddenGod850's. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Let's go.
Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now Roethlisberger dancing to his left. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Watson now to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Irvin off the pitch. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's Bell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
All right, let's go.
Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To throw on second is Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Watson. Throw left side, complete. It's Fuller. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. To the air yet again, Watson. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And now out come the Steelers. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Buying time to his left. His throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now it's Roethlisberger. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep to return it is Quan Bray. 35 yards that time on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Reset. Two jet.
The final shot before the break, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And here comes the Texans now. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Reset. Richmond.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 42 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Steps away to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Snickers, you got to spin. Snickers, 66.
On third down, Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Set. Blue 30. Double bump.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bernardrick McKinney able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal. And I mean pivotal. That decision right there could be really costly.
Without a doubt, you talk about taking a chance there and deciding you're going to go all in, as they like to say. That's exactly what that one was, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, inside their own territory, game tied, this stage of the contest. Boy, the improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a give to Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to look
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now a handoff to Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back now in Pittsburgh, it's
been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it with Bell. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Le'Veon Bell stops short of the line to gain. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. A first down carry now for Miller. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On second down, here's Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run down here with Irvin. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that load in the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Javon Hargrave with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Roethlisberger. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Richmond! Do Jack!
Now it's Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And Watson's going to throw it here. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Bell sheds him off. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And McDonald here over the middle. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late for it. And now the kick is blocked. This is going the other way. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30, 10, And into the end zone. It's an impossible turn of events. With those 2 points, they take the lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm MaddenGod850's. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.
Better, LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at this, that. I go to bed on bet. I got the beam on the flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rocks. I'm a K back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman, I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste life, then you give it a wasteland. This what happen when you give it a fake life, then the ape in. I live with birds come out. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle shit. I live with birds come out. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle shit.
hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. I'm too on one day on my third. I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift from a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy? Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew up right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. Yeah, I'm too up.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Heinz Field.
Let's go.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Let's go.
Again, it's Bell. And some room to work. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DJ Reader getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Here's Watson now on second down. Dancing to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Third and long. It's Watson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 44 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can. Do here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
All right, here we go.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Let's go now.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes it.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Christian Covington. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Back with Charles Davis, MaddenGod850's. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Here we go. Let's go now.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds McDonald. And the Steelers getting another first down on a bit of a roll.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. On the left side is McDonald. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The give is to Bell. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A give to Bell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
To throw on 2nd is Watson, escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Oh, he caught it up!
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. After the interception, here's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.